With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
This is Beijing Bound, the countdown to the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. I'm Michael.
I'm John. 4 years ago, James Woodsy Woods finished an agonising fourth place in Pyeongchang. Now the 30-year-old from Sheffield is aiming for at least one place higher in two events: the freestyle skiing Big Air in the centre of Beijing and the slopestyle in the mountains north of the Chinese city.
Hey guys, my name is James Woodsy. I'm a free skier, and yeah, the Olympics is on. It's this week. We're doing it.
So you're in a freestyle discipline, James. That's very much a culture and a lifestyle, but here you are back at a third Olympic Games. Are you now mainstream?
I'd say I'm definitely not mainstream. Obviously, the competitive aspect is big for me, and I do really enjoy that. But ultimately, it's an art form in my mind, and that's front and foremost for me. Absolutely.
So when you talk like that, you talk about culture and lifestyle. It's nice to win medals, and you've got a few though, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I do. That's been pretty rad. And like I said, I am competitive, and I do really like the competitive aspect. It really pushes you, and it really drives you. And obviously motivation is like in abundance, when you got like prize money and medals up for grabs. It's rad. But then, it is a subjective sport. There's a massive amount of technical difficulty involved, but again, it's an art form, and you just have to be confident in yourself to be like, well, today they didn't like it, and that's nothing to do with me. That's not that I made wrong decisions. And being fine with that, is a big thing for me.
And do you feel a sense of responsibility for the generation of freestyle skiers and snowboarders and the others that are kind of following in your footsteps? Because you guys have been the trailblazers for this.
I'm a very strong believer in individuals and individual talent. Honestly, I believe these guys, like the youngins coming up now, they'd be here regardless of what I and others have done. I feel like people before me, yes, it's wonderful to look up to them, and they inspire you to be who you're going to be. But, that motivation, that deep down something or other, that's been there from the start. And I don't think I could take anything away from the guys that are coming up by claiming anything to do with their talents. They're amazing, and I respect them a lot.
And as a teenager, when you took yourself off around Europe in your caravan, did you ever imagine that you would compete for your nation at 3 Olympic Games?
Well, as far as the Olympics is concerned, absolutely not, because, we had nothing to do with it. Like, that is just a wild fantasy, and it kind of still feels like it, to be honest. But as far as, being in this position, a sort of, kind of established on the international stage, and my skiing doing the talking for me, as wild and as ludicrous as it may have seemed when I was a little kid, nothing is ever guaranteed, but there was a little something in my mind that always knew that this is what I was going to do in my life, and I pinch myself every day because of it. I don't take it for granted, but there's a drive there. Always has been.
So tell us about your event. What are you going to be doing at the Winter Games?
First up will be big air, and that is a single jump. You know, it's kind of the big show of the free skiing event. It's a one big jump. The way that this competition will run is we'll get 3 jumps, 2 different scores will be added together, and that will be your ultimate score. That'll be the same in qualifications and in finals. And the second event I will do is Slopestyle, and that is, you know, a much bigger show. You know, it's got lots of jumps, lots of rails, lots of unique features, and it's all about how you make your way down that course using the whole park. And so that's Slopestyle, and there's a lot more moving parts in a Slopestyle run.
I'm certainly not bringing the curtain down on your career, but 5th in 2014, 4th in 2018. Do you now need that Olympic medal just to put the cap on a career which has seen you become a world champion, win medals at World Cup events and Winter X Games?
I compete because I want to win, you know, like that's the ambition, that's the goal. And when I believe that I can't do that anymore is when I will, you know, like quietly take a back seat. But I mean, I'm here. I believe it. I know I've got the skills for it. I've got a little bit more experience than I've had in the past, of course. And that is the ultimate goal. It always has been. That hasn't changed since day one. You know, like that's why competitions really spoke to me because you know, winning is the goal. And as wonderful it is to take part and rub shoulders with, you know, incredible talents and people. At the end of the day, you know, like I always want to go and win. And again, this is another games where I'm like, yeah, I believe I got it. So rock and roll.
And just finally, I was the person back in 2012 that once used the phrase on the radio, if Yorkshire was a country. That went pretty supersonic at the time. It would be nice to bring a medal back to Yorkshire with all the success that the White Rose County has enjoyed over Olympic Games in the last decade or so.
I mean, of course, like going back to it, there's so many amazing talents like floating about. Obviously, Yorkshire's done so well, and I mean, it's a big deal, man. It's pretty rad, you know. It gets everybody fired up. Like for me, it is another day. Like there's no pressure anyone can put on me that's bigger than the pressure I put on myself. You know, for this event, for any event, or even any day, really. You know, like all I want to do is be the best I can be. But you know, those things are nice, but they're things to think about in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully we'll be all gravy.
Well, stay safe, keep well, first and foremost, and all the very best in your events.
Thank you very much.
James is in action in qualifying first. Good luck to him.
And download our weekly Anything But Footy podcast for all the latest Olympic and Paralympic news, interviews and conversations. We're on Apple and Google Podcasts. Just search Anything But Footy.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.